aus Schottland, the Thorn, Robert Thornton. Auch der Gegner von Robert Thornton hat Premier League gespielt. Er stand im Finale der Players Championship Finals. Er hat 2 European Tour Turniere in seiner Karriere gewinnen können. Die aktuelle Nummer 34 der Welt, der Hurricane K.Huybrechts.
You're everywhere and nowhere, baby. That's where you're at. Going down a bumpy hillside in your hippie hat, flying across the country and getting fat, saying everything is groovy when your tires are flat and it's high hole silver lining. And away you go now, baby.
We've just seen one of the standout moments of the opening day of the European Darts Match Play in a game featuring 2 of the most unheralded players in action. And we've still got a load of the big names to come, including these 2. The former Belgian #1, now the #2, of course, slipping behind Dimitri van den Berg in the world rankings. And Robert Thornton, a man who has been right to the very top. 3-time major champion, all-time great Robert Thornton. A man who has won one of these European Tour titles, beating K.Huybrechts in the final in Dusseldorf, the Maritime Hotel, back in 2015. That night, Robert Thornton was irresistible. He had battered James Wade in the semis, and K.Huybrechts could not stop him in the final. It remains the Thorns' only European Tour triumph, whereas Kim has won a couple of them. 2 big names clashing in the first round of the European Darts Match Play, with a game against the Austrian #1 and the winner of the recent European Tour in his home country of Austria, Mensur Suljovic, to come for the winner.
To throw first. Game on.
Chris Murphy's in the comms box. It's the Thorn and the Hurricane.
Yeah, battle between 2 of these sports' premier players, but 2 men who have fallen on hard times over the last couple of seasons. Thornton, as you so often, so rightly point out, Dan, an all-time great of this game. Former World Master, UK Open champion, and that famous victory at the World Grand Prix.
97.
Beating Michael van Gerwen in the final, not long after that tournament that you alluded to on the European Tour. That semi-final against James Wade
100.
in 2015, he averaged 111, Robert Thornton. That is what he is capable of.
108.
First 180 of this one goes to K.Huybrechts, leaves himself on a finish. Even a maximum from the Thorn won't get him to a finish.
140.
Sure, we
Can
like
you
one
require
anyway.
124?
180 to leave 124. 60.
Oh.
To leave 64. 48 to leave 16.
108.
And that will be the same target when he returns. Flying start from the Hurricane.
A sequence of 5 perfect darts
Can you
there.
require
Would
16?
have been a 6th if the double 8 landed. But
Game
it lands
shot
now
the
for a
first
13
leg.
darter, and that's a very
K.Huybrechts.
impressive
Second leg, Robert,
opening
to throw
salvo
first. Game on.
from the Hurricane.
Well, Thornton has a handsome record against Huybrechts, beating him 7 times to Kim's 2.
121.
It's been a while since they met, though, hasn't it? World Grand Prix a couple of years back. Thorn went on to make the quarter-finals, lost out to the eventual champion Daryl Gurney.
140.
Yeah, it's been even longer since Kim recorded a win against Robert. You have to go back to 2014 for that.
Yeah, he's not beaten him on a big stage,
100.
which is an interesting one, because you always think that K.Huybrechts is a big stage player. That's where you see the best of him. He has had runs in major tournaments. He's won 2 of these European Tour titles.
140.
Oh, now then. Yes, Robbie!
180.
In his early career, the finalist at the Players' Championship finals. Perhaps his standout
60.
performance was at the Grand
Robbie
Slam when he beat
100.
Michael van Gerwen. Hit a 9-darter as well. 2 tops.
Oh, perfect.
60.
Oh, come on!
Kim, you
Well, he's evidently caught a bit of the
161.
flight, but that's what he was aiming to do, just to funnel it in there. Oh, dear. Well, he's not going to take the 161, which would have been
97.
insult to
Robbie,
injury for the
required
Thorn
40.
there.
Well, this will be a 3rd double top of the leg for Robert Thornton. The double
Game
10
from
will
the
do
second
just
leg.
as well.
Robert Thornton, select him to throw fist. Game on.
Oh, great start to this one we've had.
Yeah, superb standard. Rolling back the years, the pair of them.
99.
I think Kim, he strikes me as the sort of character, whether he says so or not, who will be
60.
a little bit miffed that he is no longer the leading player from his home country after many, many years of being the Belgian #1. And who knows,
60.
it might be the boot up the backside he needs to rediscover some of his best form.
Well, they are a couple of terriers, this pair, aren't they? And K.Huybrechts was
100.
well known for his aggression on the hockey. He tried to play with a bit less of it, and it didn't really work out for Kim. Some players need it. Some players
78.
need the exact opposite and need to remain calm. Robert Thornton is never a man who's looked like a picture of calm on the hockey, is he?
43.
Serene is not a word that you would associate.
Yes, the serene Scotsman is not a nickname that Robert Thornton will ever be brandishing on his shirts.
140.
Here's the Thorn. Spiky. Dangerous. Small.
He would let you know what he thinks of every single
80.
dart. You could probably
Kim, you
predict what he
require
scored just by
124.
watching his face. Does he go for this? Deciding not to.
92.
Probably the right route, but had he gone for it and hit the ball, I can guarantee he would have bounced around the stage.
41. Kim, you require
Just let
32.
Robert Thornton know that he's feeling good.
Game shot in the 3rd leg. K.Huybrechts. 4th leg, Robert to throw first.
Well,
Game on.
first 3 legs all going with throw. We have not seen a great deal of K.Huybrechts on the European Tour this year, and that is a strange old thing
100.
because he was, for a very long time, one of the ever-presents on the European Tour, with the likes of Beaton and Peter Wright and Brendan Dolan.
120.
But this year, he managed to qualify for the European Darts Open, won a game there, did make the last 16 of the German Darts Grand Prix. First round of the Austrian Darts Open.
121.
That's it. This is only his 4th appearance on the European Tour. By far, by far the year where he's had least impact
100.
on the European circuit.
Robert Thornton kind of stuttered into this event. 6-5 wins in qualifying at both Dave Prince and Tom Lonsdale.
140.
He then played in the double header of Pro Tour events in Hildesheim and failed to win a match in either.
125. Robbie, you require 140.
Take a ton from here, and he should get it.
100.
Does
Kim,
get
you
it.
require 156.
The threat is on. Just brushed the southern part of the barrel.
140. Robbie, you require
Diverted
40.
it from the target area. So Thornton back on tops. Back on 10s. Back in 10s, and Robert Thornton roars.
They'd like him to throw first.
Like Gerwin Price.
Wow, that's often see him celebrate like that. You see him celebrate. Pretty vocal from the Thorn.
Well, it's getting him going.
180.
So he does it again.
Well, I'll tell you what, this could turn into a fascinating contest if these two are
96.
shouting and screaming at each other, because they won't back down.
Well, he wanted the 9, Robert Thornton. A grimace.
91.
Kim's still averaging 104 here, by the way. And it's not going down. And not wanted to be harsh, but 104 average from K.Huybrechts have been about as rare as unicorns of late.
60.
Thornton leaves himself a check out. We've already seen a 167 and a 170 today. Rejected from the board.
85.
Huybrechts using the bullseye to leave the Shanghai, whereas Thornton did use the bullseye to leave himself the 170. Could we see it again? The big fish from the little man. Oh, it's massive! It is massive!
Well, what a brilliant leg of darts from Robert Thornton. He kicked it off with a maximum and finished it with a maximum checkout.
6th leg, Robert to throw first. Game on.
K.Huybrechts has not looked up at any point between Robert Thornton bedding the bull and him returning to start the next leg.
100.
Well, they're obviously big names, and this was a tie that stood out. But for two guys who have had their struggles over the last couple of years.
140.
And Kim didn't qualify for the Euros last year. Doesn't look like he's going to qualify this year, unless something massive changes for him.
100.
Robert has struggled himself over the last couple of years. There have been odd days here and there, perhaps on the Pro Tour. He had a run to a final, didn't he, at the back end of last year, I believe?
Semi-final earlier this year as well. I found it quite baffling, Robert Thornton's form, because we know how good he is. So when he has that run, you kind of start to think, this is it. This is the return of Robert Thornton, because he has returned so many times from the most difficult situations.
80.
Yeah, absolutely. And pretty much dropped out of the rankings, suffered from pneumonia, battled his way back, won another major title. The man is an absolute warrior. And
40.
Talk about longevity in this game. He's been doing it for years, Robert Thornton. But for these two to put on this standard of game, Huybrechts, his average has gone up to 107 right now.
30.
Oh, now then.
A slip from the Scotsman.
Maybe a slip from the Belgian.
80.
Not quite. One treble required to get a dart for the leg, K.Huybrechts. And I would think he's going to start on the 19s because he loves that double 16.
100. Kim, you require 108.
He's looking up the board. Tops. 3-3 and a bit of that.
They threw in another roar for good measure there. And expect plenty more of that for the rest of this match.
At no point are these two going to go over to the water table, have a little drink, and say, Shall we just calm this down, mate? Shall we just tone it down a notch? They're not going to do that.
It is turning in to a proper darting dust-up. The quality has been there, but they are both really, really up for this.
21.
Well, it's not the first dart on the floor we've had. Most of them have been clipping off wires and everything. I'm struggling to see what went wrong with that one.
133.
It's that familiar stomp in K.Huybrechts' stride to the board. When he's playing well, he will just
100.
stomp about like an angry toddler, won't he?
I'll tell you what, the winner of it, as you mentioned earlier, plays Mensa Suljevic, and he won't shy away from a battle of the dark arts if he's drawn into
97.
one.
Absolutely.
Suljevic, who was the winner at last weekend's event in Austria, the 16th seed here.
Yeah, so it could be
140.
Michael van Gerwen versus Mensur Suljovic, last weekend's final in the third round. But I think we've seen enough from these two
77.
to suggest that they can pose some problems for Mensur Suljovic, whoever comes through. They're certainly playing like this.
Yeah, and let's not forget that next up is Michael Smith against Steve Lennon. The winner of that takes on Michael van Gerwen.
155.
Exactly. Could see nothing like Suljovic against van Gerwen in the third round.
97. Robbie, you require 140.
Huybrechts has battled back as Thornton got another trick up his sleeve. Not in this visit. Ton would leave tops.
100.
The Ton does leave tops, but Huybrechts will try and leave it with a big 18.
$38.
Two misses.
Robbie,
You cannot
40.
give Robert Thornton 3 darts at double top. Oh my, that's so low. He didn't like it. Didn't like it at all.
Slip, you can just see him wiping his hand there. Can he correct things
20.
here? Well, both players now feeling the tension.
Kim, you require 20.
Tension that they've kind of created between themselves.
Can't miss inside. So doesn't.
10.
But doesn't hit it at all.
Robbie, you require 20.
A chance again for Thornton. One perhaps he thought he wouldn't get. And that was a nervous one. That was a don't miss inside dart. That was an aggressive one. And that's an aggressive celebration. I'm struggling to think of the last time I saw Robert Thornton in this kind of bellicose mood.
To throw first. Game on.
They had to attack with one dart in hand, having failed to do so with the previous one. A real brave dart from the darting brave hearts. Would have been a brave dart to stay there.
139.
Sensible switch from the Thorn.
Yeah, I think that would have been more a foolish dart than a brave one to stay there.
140.
Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. From dart 1, you knew it was happening. Robert Thornton with his third maximum of the contest.
Well, Huybrechts squandered all those chances
140.
in the previous leg, and Robert Thornton has turned on the style now. And could close this out in no time at all.
43.
The baton is just changing hands so often.
65. Robbie, you require
Not
139.
just leg by leg, but during legs.
Treble 13, is it? Is it there? No, it's not.
83. Kim, you require
Well,
156.
if he takes this out, cover your ears. Not to be.
134. Robbie, you require 56.
Not sure he's thinking completely straight, Kim Huybrechts, to leave double 11.
Good guide.
36.
Not used. What does Huybrechts do here?
Kim, you require 22.
No margin for error.
Games on the 8th
No
leg.
error.
Kim Huybrechts.
Wow. Well,
9th
this
leg,
is
Kim to throw
two
first. Game on.
hugely successful players. Won a 3-time major champion, won the leading light in his home country for many, many years. Still the number 2 in Belgium.
55.
And it feels like this is months and months of frustration that is being played out on stage here in Mannheim.
134.
Because Kim Huybrechts has been averaging around about 100 or and sometimes a lot more all the way through this game. Robert Thornton's average is actually down in the low 90s.
100.
He has missed 11 darts at double, but within this match there have been some incredible little spells of 2 or 3 visits from the Thorn.
You talk about months and months of frustration.
97.
Neither of them have played for over a month, and both of them lost in the first round at both of the Pro Tour events in Hildesheim at the start of last month. They've been waiting just to throw a dart again in a professional tournament.
But to be honest, over the last, 18 months, if somebody says to you, three-time major champion Robert Thornton's gone out in the first round of a Pro Tour, it's not the biggest surprise in the world, is it?
Yeah, and certainly this year with K.Huybrechts, the same applies.
And they've spent the vast majority of their careers not being in this position.
Robbie requiring 90.
Does he go for the ball? He has gone for the ball, he's hit the ball. Delicious marker. This time he does use it. Never mind that, Robert, race to the board and get it out.
10th leg, Robert to throw first. Game on.
Robert Thornton throwing for the match.
Having to manoeuvre his way past that. There was nowhere past it.
28.
And Robert Thornton has handed a chance to Huybrechts immediately.
Oh, it's one he's seizing.
140.
The Thorn has not won on the European Tour this year. And he hits back with a 5th maximum. In fact, the last 2 events of last year, he went out first round as well.
60.
You've got to go back. It was actually this weekend in 2018 when the Thorn last won a game on the European
100.
Tour.
Well, Huybrechts is going to be down to a finish first.
140.
It's a huge one. He's already seen his opponent take out the biggest finish of the lot already in this match. Huybrechts may need something similar
59
to stay in it.
Require 161.
You've got to think that Thornton's going to go 54 tops here.
You would think. He's already had one tops finish, which was well thrown, and it didn't stick in.
Robbie require 134.
Can he make one stick? If he can, he wins. Can he? Can he? Oh
94.
my, he's just gone sailing past it.
He knew what he wanted to do, and he almost accomplished it. But K.Huybrechts will get a dart to extend this match. And he has taken that chance.
K.Huybrechts.
Well, what a game this has been. Darting drama at its best on a Friday night on the European Tour, and it all comes down to a single leg. Who's got the fights? Who's got the quality? The match dart has just been missed by that man.
11th and deciding leg.
Show respect
to throw first.
before they get on with business.
Incredibly, the last 6 legs have all been breaks of throw. If that continues, the Thorn wins.
97.
97 greeted with a roar like that. I thought he was going to score more. How much more?
80.
Well, he's not going to score more.
There have been a lot of bounce outs in this game, and for what's happened in the deciding leg, well, they hurt even more.
Every treble is going to be celebrated by Huybrechts here.
140.
He thinks he's got this. He thinks he's got this game. He may be right.
There have been a couple of occasions in legs where
81.
Thornton has looked out of it and he's pulled out a 180. He's actually hit 5 in this match.
He'll need a 180 in his next visit.
77.
Kim has a bounce out. The darting gods return. A bit of fortune.
Not going to be the maximum, and it's not going to be enough really to put any
60.
pressure on K.Huybrechts. The match has been so tight, so dramatic, and so littered with quality. Could just see a simple holder throw winning it.
85.
He's not made it easy for himself, K.Huybrechts. What a time for a maximum this would be. What a time it would be to leave himself a 2-darter. Could he? Oh, he's just shuffled over the oche and put it into the
95.
5s. And he hasn't left the finish, the Thorn. Huybrechts, 2 visits to win this game from here. And he may only need the 1, because double 16 is their target.
70.
And he misses outside. Both men have missed a match start.
Hit and hope time for Robert Thornton.
79. Kim, you require 32.
Shouldn't really affect Huybrechts here. Double 16 for the match. Both players have missed darts for the match. K.Huybrechts hits in the end, and a brilliant bout brought to an end by the Belgian, who wins it 6-5. Did probably play the better stuff, but Robert Thornton certainly had some highlights, certainly cause for him to take away some positives from that match. But in the end, it's Huybrechts who wins what was a brilliant battle here in Mannheim, and we could see another one next, because Michael Smith takes on Steve Lennon in a few moments' time.
Gewinnt diesen Fight gegen Robert Thornton, knapper 6:5 Erfolg. Was hatte dieses Match eine Intensität? Man hat gemerkt, wie wichtig für beide jetzt so ein Sieg mal ist hier bei einem so großen Turnier. Kim, congratulations. What a fight, what an intensity it was in that match. Huh?
Yeah, no, it was a really tough game for both of us. I think we're both struggling in the same problem. We know what we can do, but we're not doing it at the right times. Robert is a quality player, I'm a quality player, and you know you can do better than what we're doing now at the tour.
Is patience the most important thing right now, to keep cool, to keep focused?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. The level is getting so high, and you have to follow it. You have to follow the rhythm of the level, and it is really hard for every player. And as soon as you get a couple knockdowns, a couple KOs, it's much harder to get back. But we're all struggling, we're all fighting to get there, and I'm fighting to get there, and I'm doing my best. And I'm here now, so I'm happy.
Good to have you here. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much. K.Huybrechts, der Hurricane, der kämpft, der sagt, schwierige Phase in seiner Karriere. Vielleicht ist es sogar die schwierigste, die er jemals hatte. Und er